सूरत कुमार योगी राम सूरत कुमार योगी राम सूरत कुमार जय गुरु राया
योगी राम सूरत कुमार योगी राम सूरत कुमार योगी राम सूरत कुमार जय गुरु राया योगी राम सूरत कुमार योगी राम सूरत कुमार योगी राम सूरत कुमार जय गुरु राया भगवान श्री योगी राम सूरत कुमार की सर्वं योगी राम सूरत कुमारार्पणमस्तु। We have offered our Nama Sankirtan at the lotus feet of Bhagavan. We have been seeing the teachings of Sri Ramana Bhagavan, in the light of which we are trying to understand the teachings of Bhagavan Yogi Ram Surat Kumar. Sri Ramana Bhagavan says this Arunachala mountain he calls Father, and he says it is Aruna Achala, the self and stillness, the self in stillness. So the outside Arunachala is a representation, a physical representation of our true state of being. When the mind becomes still, then it is Arunachala, Aruna Achala, the self in stillness. There is another interpretation. Aruna means red. Achala is that which does not move, motionless. It is here in Arunachala, Lord Shiva stood as Ardhanarishvara. He gave half of his being to Parvati Devi, the Shakti. It is the totality of Shakti and Shiva, the static and the dynamic principles. Now, Bhagavan Ramana says in one of his letters from Ramanashram to a devotee, you would like to know what Bhagavan would like? Bhagavan would like to stay in that stillness all the time, thinking that what is to happen will happen no matter what. What is not to happen will not happen no matter what. So, stay where you are, in the stillness of the self. This is his reply to one of the devotees. What does it mean? Just think the mind is running all the time. the thoughts flow. The mind is nothing but a bundle of thoughts, and it is ever racing thoughts. If you can hold your mind at least for a moment without thoughts, it is great. And for that moment, you are the original self. But what happens is, the past events would flow and occupy the present moment, and if not the past memories, the future thoughts, the fear of the future, the anticipation or the hope, all that concerns our future will rush to occupy the present moment. With the result, the present moment is lost. The past lives in the present moment, and if not the past, it is the future. But where is the present moment? We have lost it. Where is the now? So Ramana Bhagavan says, stay in the now, the ever fresh now, the ever flowing now. It's only now all the time. It is from now to now to now. To stay in the now is not to have thoughts of past or thoughts of future. But then just think of our state. All the time, it is a thought-tortured mind. If it is fear, all that happened in the past that induced that fear would immediately rush to the present moment. If it is insecurity of the future, again it would start a line of thinking purely out of imagination, and that would come to live in the present. So where is the now? It is nowhere. The word nowhere is nowhere. But if you can keep away the thoughts of present, the thoughts of past, and the thoughts of future, then the now is now and here. The same word, nowhere, becomes now here. Now let's look at it from Bhagavan's teaching, Yogi Ram Sarat Kumar's teaching. Bhagavan says, whatever happens, happens only by the will of God. Whatever happens is necessary for our spiritual growth, and therefore it is happening. Father is perfect, so His will is perfect. And whatever happens is a definite blessing. If we take this, and whatever event, whatever incident that takes place in our life, whatever life brings to us, be it a joy or sorrow, if you think constantly it is God who is giving it to you, God is your well-wisher, He will not harm you, so whatever comes from God can only be a blessing, immediately your mind derives some peace from this thought. Oh, whatever happens is for my good. Though I don't understand why it is happening, how negative it is still from God, and God is my well-wisher. And therefore, it is going to be a blessing. Even though I do not understand what blessing is involved, I will soon enough know. It will reveal itself how it is a blessing. Now immediately this thought quietens the mind. Otherwise, the mind is going to react, and sometimes violently. The mind would get frustrated, fall into depression, and only the medicines will follow afterwards. But the minute you think it is happening by the will of God, and therefore it is bound to be a blessing to me, it is an immediate pacification for me. It is an immediate assurance from God, and the mind becomes quiet. And when the mind becomes quiet, you are living in God. You are living in the true self. In fact, Bhagavan, Yogi Ram Sarat Kumar said, when you chant the name of God, when you remember the name of God, you are living in God. Which means living in the original self, living in the stillness. It is the simplest and easiest way for us, though you cannot understand how chanting the name can be equated to stillness. Just the remembrance of the divine, without giving place to the past or the future, remembering the one divine through some name. This moment, I live this moment in God. It will surely lead to stillness. This is the way we have to tackle the mind which ever runs after something or the other. Bhagavan, I remember in Sudama, he used to ask me to read the Secret Doctrine. And I kept on reading, and sometimes I would get completely bored because I didn't understand many of the things said there. And yet, Bhagavan would say, go on, Devi, go on, go ahead. So I would continue, and finally some 600 pages were over. And again I could not help asking him, Bhagavan, why are you making me read something that I don't understand at all? Please tell me what the benefit is. Then Bhagavan, pat came the reply. Without hesitation, without a moment hesitation, he said, Devaki, Father wants you to read this book now. Father will put it to use. Meaning, you are not there, I am not there. It is His will that you are reading this book. And by His will, it will be put to use. Neither you nor I are there. Every moment he lived, surrendered to the will of God. Which could only mean there was no one in that body except God. And whatever was God's will, moment to moment, his body would carry it out. So this is what we have to remember. If you want to live in the now all the time, the ever-flowing, fresh now, the now of stillness, we have to remember this, that everything happens only by God's will. We have no say in the matter. Isn't that what Bhagavan Ramana says? Whatever is to happen will happen, no matter what. Whatever is meant not to happen will not happen, no matter what. So what is willed by God alone will happen. If that is so, why should my mind get agitated over something? I cannot stop it, nor can I help it. So why should I have to worry about something over which I have no hold, I have no control? Whereas the mind, what does it do? It imagines all kinds of things. The imagination It remembers whatever happened in the past and then connects, associates, starting a train of thoughts. And then it will imagine something about the future, and that would also get added up, making an amalgam. Undesirable, undecipherable amalgam. You cannot make out what it is. It's a confusion of so many memories, expectations, hopes, and the hopelessness. This is what the mind keeps doing all the time. And we identify ourselves with this mind. Oh, I am so confused. I do not know what to do. We identify ourselves with this mind all the time. Bhagavan always said, Bhagavan Yogi Ram Sarat Kumar said to me, look upon the world as a drama, eternal drama going on, the eternal stage. It is God who has taken all the forms. It is God who is playing the role of the hero in the drama. It is God who is playing the role of the villain in the drama. It is God who is playing all the sub-characters of the drama. It is He who is the dialogues. It is He who is the stage. It is He who is the costumes as well. And what's more, it is He who is the audience for His own delight. It is a sport that He plays eternally. In the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says, Arjuna, I am Yudhishthira, Dharmaputra, the virtuous brother of yours. And Arjuna, I am Duryodhana. I alone exist. And Arjuna, I have already killed these people. All you have to do is throw your arrow and take the name for it. Hey Arjuna, nimitta matram bhava. You are only an instrument in my hands. I have already willed what is to happen, and I will be executing it through proper channels. I alone exist. I am all of you. Bhagavan often said in Sananji Street House, all of you are in me, I am in all of you. I am all in all. So let's remember, it is the same. Bhagavan simplified the whole thing. It is very difficult to practice stillness of mind, because the mind, especially a heart filled with desires for worldly things, the mind is like a monkey jumping from one branch to the other all the time. Very, very difficult to keep this mind still. So what do? Bhagavan said, remember, whatever happens, happens only by God. And whatever happens is a blessing. God is perfect. His will is perfect. And Sri Raman Bhagavan says, whatever is meant to happen will happen no matter what. Whatever is not meant to happen will not happen no matter what. So, why should we worry? Why should we fear anything? Still, the mind fears, the mind hopes, the mind anticipates all kinds of things, and the mind gets into depression. So Bhagavan said, the purpose of life is God. God has given you this body only to live for Him. God has created your body, has put the breath in it, and He has given you all the materials in the world for your comfort. The air to breathe, water to drink, the fire to cook food and eat, the land to live on, everything that's comfortable is given to you by God. Why? Is it for you to indulge in worldliness, in worldly pleasures? He has given this body and this life to you only to remember Him, only to attain Him. But then attainment is not in our hands, but remembrance of God is very much in our hands. We have to all the time to do something or the other. There is such restlessness in all of us that immediately we have to keep doing something. Otherwise we will get into trouble. So this restless energy in all of us, now that should be given. It's like a ghost which appears at your door and demands work. There was a man who learnt some mantra and practiced it, and soon a ghost appeared. And the ghost said, "I am at your service, sir. Whatever you say, I will do." This man was very happy because he had several acres of land. He wanted to plant seeds. He said, "All right, you do this seeding." The ghost was very happy. Overnight, he did everything, returned to him happily and said, "Sir, I have done that." So no matter how huge a work that the master gave, the ghost was only too happy and finished everything so fast and would appear again, ask for more work. And then the ghost would threaten, "If you don't give me any work, I will kill you and leave the place." Now you see, his very life was in danger because of his greed. He did not know what to do. So what did he? He went to a Mahatma and asked, "Swami, I made a mistake out of my greed. I chanted a mantra and invoked the presence of this ghost. Now the ghost is asking me all the time for work. I have given all the work I had and it finished everything overnight. Now I do not know what to give and it's threatening to finish me off." The Mahatma smiled and said, "Look," he showed a pole, a post, a column of post, and he said, "You asked this booth, this ghost, to climb up and down, up and down, up and down until you say stop. And this is the work that you have given and it's got to do it. And you don't say stop." Now he felt very relieved, this man. Immediately he ordered the ghost, "Okay, you go up and down, and then up and down. Keep on doing it until I say stop." So you see now the ghost no more troubled him, and it understood the point and it ran away. So they say the mind is like that. The mind demands. Some thought or the other would come. The mind has to keep on moving. So what do? Give a mantra to it. Say Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Om Namah Shivaya. And ask the mind to keep on chanting this. The Nama is Nami himself. So the mind should be given this job of chanting the mantra and know that this mantra is the one divinity, whichever is the mantra. Know that you are chanting the name of the one, all-pervasive, all-knowing, all-powerful Murti, Ishvara. or Ishwari. Knowing that it is God Himself, you keep on chanting. So the mind would keep on chanting, chanting, chanting. It will not demand any other work. It will become, the restless mind would slowly come under control, and finally it would slip into stillness. The Nama chanting will lead you to stillness. The Nama chanting would at one point would take you to that pure awareness. It's only one small jump. So this is what Yogi Ram Surat Kumar told us all. Keep chanting the mantra all the 24 hours, if possible. Otherwise, chant this as much as you can. My Father will see to the rest. So there's only one way to control the uncontrollable mind, the ever-running mind. If you want to bring it to stillness, you have to keep the mind on one thought first. And let that one thought be the Guru mantra, the mantra given by the Guru. And while you keep chanting, remember what Bhagavan said, everything happens only by God's will. And only whatever is meant to happen will happen. Whatever is not meant to happen will not happen, no matter what. You have no say in the matter. So, remembering that, just as Ramana Bhagavan said in one of the letters from Ramanashram to one of the devotees, you stay put in the mantra, and that would slowly lead you to the stillness of the mind. And then it's just a small jump to the revelation of your true state of being, the pure awareness. Because the whole consciousness, the human consciousness, the limited consciousness of the human being will expand and expand and expand because of the power of the mantra. Finally it will become all-pervasive, all-knowing, all-powerful consciousness. And then it will, in one small step, this pure consciousness will become pure awareness, where there is nothing else to be aware of. There is only this awareness. Whereas now we have only the consciousness, which is very limited. We do not know what is going to happen in future. We do not know what's going to happen tonight. We do not know what is behind us. Very, very limited vision of things, limited knowledge of things. But this limited consciousness will expand and expand and expand when you keep on chanting the mantra, the Guru mantra, the name of God. Then the transformation and purification will take place gradually. And when the mind becomes very pure, your consciousness will be free of thoughts, and then there's a revelation of the true awareness, the limitless, formless, pure awareness, the stillness, the now, the ever-flowing, ever-fresh now of the Divine. So let us remember, it's all the same, only the paths are different. Let us keep chanting the name all the time. And I have a special request to all the devotees. When you chant the name, particularly in these sessions for the COVID patients, please remember every nama that you chant is going to help somebody, some patient, in some way or the other. Every nama counts. So when you chant the name, remember, I'm chanting the name of Yogi Ram Surat Kumar. He's going to help those people, this Nama is going to help somebody, give some relief from suffering. With that thought, if we all sing together with sincerity and earnestness, it will surely benefit the whole lot of patients. And that's why we are here, to sing the name for the sake of the world. Now Bhagwan is here right in front of us, who simplified the whole lot to a simple Nama chanting. We shall offer our today's prayers at his feet. Bhagwan, the way the world is now, especially India, it is really very disturbing, the news that we hear day after day after day. Only you can intervene, and immediately at that, to free the world from this monster, the monstrous virus, from its dreadful grip. Only you can bring back the normalcy to the world. Bhagwan, we beg you again and again and again. We appeal to your generosity. We appeal to your compassion, causeless compassion. Please cast a glance upon this world and root out all that panic and other negativities from the minds of people. Stop the spread of the diseases. Enter the medicine and make it work and kill a whole clan of viruses. And Bhagwan, all those people who cannot find a room in the hospital because they are overflowing, who cannot find enough oxygen to breathe, only you can help. We are singing your name. Please get them immediately whatever they need, a room in the hospital and proper treatment, so that they get well soon and return home healthy. Bhagwan, we pray to you again and again to protect all those laborers, the Tyagis, at the very risk of their life. They are helping the patients of COVID in order to save their lives. Please give them protection. And we beg you again for a lift to our economy. And above all, we know how to keep the mind engaged, how to keep the mind from the rush of the past memories and the rush to future imaginations, imagined events. Please bless us with constant remembrance of your name and the attitude of being only an instrument in your hands. Whatever is meant to happen will happen. Whatever is not meant to happen will not happen. Knowing this, why do we agitate ourselves? Knowing that nothing is in our control. Everything happens by God's will. So, please bless us with the attitude of being an instrument in your hands, a pure, fitting instrument in your hands, so that we know that you are the only doer. And Bhagwan, please bless us with that purity of mind where we could see only your presence and your blessings in every happening of life. Jai Yogi Ram Saratkumar.
Yogi Ram Surat